Hey guys, Ben here and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about Supergirl in the DCEU. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment and subscribe if you're new so you don't miss any future DCTV or DCEU videos later this year. Okay, so first things first, we have a couple of things to talk about. I wanted to mention that if you guys are gamers and if you like Fortnite, this is Supergirl related because Dreamer from Supergirl on the CW, played by Nicole Maines, has officially become an in-game skin that you can use in Fortnite. So that is awesome. It's great to see Dreamer actually getting out there, expanding. This was something that I was not expecting at all because, I mean, it's just the last thing you think of, right? However, there are past Arrowverse heroes that are on Fortnite, so I believe Arrow's there, so that makes sense that they would want to continue that kind of relationship that they got going. But it's interesting that they chose Dreamer, and I would say that's probably because of how important she is and also how big she is right now, especially since she's made the transition to the comics. Nicole Maines is heavily involved and she was promoting this when it was just announced like last week, I believe it was. So yeah, that's just some cool news I wanted to start the video with because it's Supergirl related. And yeah, I'm sure many of you guys heard about this, but if you didn't, go check it out if you play Fortnite. Anyway, so we're going to continue with today's video. We're going to go into today's main topic, and this is all about Supergirl, the DCEU, and the Flash movie and everything like that. So we have an article that I want to briefly mention at the start of the video because it actually is a casting piece. And this is what it's called. Blue Beetle star opens up on losing DCEU Supergirl role to Sasha Calle. So this is an article by Screen Rant, and basically it just points out the fact that this Blue Beetle actor, Bruna Marquezine, sorry if I pronounced her name wrong, but she actually auditioned to play Supergirl in the DCEU, in the Flash movie, but she didn't get the role. But in the end she got a Blue Beetle role for when that film comes out. She's already obviously filmed that, but basically it seems some fans online have gone kind of a little bit nuts, and basically they were saying like, oh, you would have been like a better Supergirl than Sasha, even though they haven't even watched Sasha in the Supergirl film. So this is like kind of the latest DCU Supergirl news, and so she actually goes on to put out a statement about Sasha and why, you know, she's great in the role and stuff. So this is how it goes. Sasha would have been chosen, I'll make that clear. She's extremely talented and that role has always been hers independent of anything. The pandemic wasn't the only reason I couldn't get the part. I thought I made it clear in the few times that I've talked about it, but I'll make a point of repeating it. The credit is 100% hers, that she was chosen. The experience was extremely valid for me and important so that I could salvage my self-confidence and believe in my potential as an actress again, and it without a doubt opened doors. I just chose to share the experience because I knew how many women suffer from imposter syndrome. Maybe my path, which I'm very proud of today, could help. But there's no doubt that this role is and always has been Sasha's. I'm a big fan of her and I'm very proud of her even without knowing her. I'm looking forward to seeing her as Supergirl. So there you go, that is her answer to the fans who are asking, you know, you would have been a better Supergirl or something like that. But she agrees with me that, you know, we haven't even seen Sasha and she got the role for a reason. So we just have to believe that she's going to be a great Supergirl. It's clear that they believe it, the people that made the Flash film, like Andy Muschietti, the director. And it's clear that Supergirl is going to play a big role in the Flash movie. So definitely they had to go with the right pick, and I think it's quite admirable of the Blue Beetle star Bruna actually coming out and saying, you know what guys, look, it would have been nice if I got the Supergirl role, but it wasn't meant to be. Look at me now, I got a Blue Beetle role. That is very cool, and it seems that her career is going down a good path, so congrats to Bruna, but also congrats to Sasha for getting the Supergirl role. Anyway, so let's continue with this. This is still Supergirl related. It's not directly related to that article anymore, but basically they just released the Flash movie tie-in comic. This came out of nowhere, but it's been due for a while because obviously the Flash has been delayed so many times that they created this a while ago, and now they finally released it because they had to release it at some point and they couldn't wait and delay the comic like every 6 months, you know, on and on and on and on. Like the Flash film is still not coming out for a long while, but they released the comic, so you can see it actually looks like Ezra in the comic, like the Flash. I had a flick through it yesterday, and so with the Flash movie being still up in the air due to Ezra's actions, you're going to see things like this pop up every now and again. It's going to be weird because we don't even have the film yet, but that's just how it is with all these delays. And you know, now with Ezra being so controversial in everything that he's been doing, it just doesn't seem like the Flash film is actually going anywhere. And at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if it gets shelved and, you know, released later on, because I don't know what is going on with the Flash film right now. But as far as I know, the Flash film currently is slated for June 23rd, 2023. So right now it's September, so that is pretty much like 9-8 months. I don't know exactly, and that's if there is no extra delays, and right now that is really up in the air. Like, we've seen the Flash film get delayed so many times, and I think, as this Screen Rant article actually points out, again another Screen Rant article, Supergirl is the biggest casualty from the Flash mess. That is the title of the article, and I completely agree, because if the Flash is cancelled, what happens to Supergirl? Or, you know, when it releases, even if it comes out, Supergirl's presence is probably going to be overshadowed by Ezra's actions, and maybe Sasha will get praise, but she won't get as much as if this film wasn't, you know, steeped in Ezra's controversy. So with that in mind, like, we have to question, is Warner Bros. Really going to stick to Supergirl in the future and basically establish a new kind of future for the House of L? Or are they going to just bury her under the Flash film? Like, are we not going to see her after this? Well, in regards to that, it was reported a while ago when Warner Bros. Got taken over by Discovery and became Warner Bros. Discovery, it was reported that the Supergirl movie had actually been cancelled, or I think as they put it, likely to not happen. So it's on the back burner basically. So we haven't really heard anything since then. But since Warner Bros. Discovery has been dropping in stocks and creators, and cast have been leaving and abandoning the studio due to the choices that David Zaslav, the new head of the studio, has been making, some extremely brash moves, there could be a change in the near future, or further on in the future. And I think there is going to be U-turns, because the moves that he made are very drastic. And if anyone ever takes over, there's always the chance that they go back to some of the original plans that are on the back burner. And so even if we don't get a Supergirl film during the David Zaslav era, I think we could get one in the future with Sasha or not with Sasha. But it would be smart if they continued it with Sasha, because the Flash film is probably going to get released and people will get used to her. And I really do feel like the Supergirl character is vital, and it was a big deal when it was announced the Flash film. Everyone was so excited. They were like, oh, who's the Supergirl? Then it got revealed as Sasha, and everyone has been just kind of eagerly waiting to see what her Supergirl is like. We've seen set photos, but we haven't seen her in action, not even in a trailer yet. She appeared in the background of one of the shots in the latest Flash trailer, which released a while ago, but we really don't know what's going on with her character. And all we know right now is she's vital, she's pivotal to the film, and she filmed a decent chunk of the Flash, so that means that they are developing her character in a relatively big way in this film. And that means, you know, there's always the opportunity for them to develop her more as she hopefully heads towards her own solo film that has been in development for years. That's right, the Supergirl film that has been rumored for literally like over 5 years, that's still on the back burner, that's still there. And I believe when Sasha came in, she became, you know, the new Supergirl for that project, for that solo movie that they've been planning. There was like a bunch of different directors at one point, and there was lots of different rumors. And since Sasha came, we were like, oh, this is like a great move. This is like an optimistic step for that Supergirl film. But with this new takeover at Warner Brothers, it doesn't look likely that we're going to get a Supergirl film, sadly, for the next like 5 years. Again, I don't know how long this regime is going to be in control of Warner Brothers for, but it doesn't seem they are interested in that, or DC really at all. They've been delaying everything. Like the Flash film has obviously been delayed, but Aquaman, Shazam, they really aren't into this DC thing. Plus, if there was ever plans to release the Supergirl film on HBO Max, similar to Batgirl, or similar to, I don't know what Blue Beetle was doing, but let's say similar to Batgirl, if it was in production right now, would they have cancelled it just like they did to the Batgirl film? That is the real question. I don't know what they're interested in. I presume he's interested in Batman, Superman, and that's pretty much it. But they are in the business of saving money rather than making money, because they are putting everything away and they're putting everything on the chopping block. So I really don't know what's going on at Warner Brothers right now, but that is the latest that we've heard. There hasn't been any real development since the Supergirl movie was announced to be on the back burner by some sources. And I do think that what Screen Rant says in the article, in the headline, that Supergirl is the biggest casualty of the Flash mess, is entirely true. And so for now, that pretty much does it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed this kind of big video where we talked about Dreamer at the start, which is very cool if you're a Fortnite fan. Also, we talked about the Blue Beetle Supergirl article, which is very interesting, seeing how, you know, she auditioned for the role, but then she ended up getting another role in the DCEU. Plus also our final talk about Supergirl and what's been happening recently and my thoughts on it. Let me know, what do you guys think about all of this in the comments down below. I really want to hear your thoughts, but for now, if you did enjoy the video, please be sure to leave a like and a comment, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos, and you can click on the top right corner of the screen to watch my latest video. But for now, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.
I see red.